So that was the ragtime style, and the ragtime pianists evolved to something called stride piano. And stride piano was far more difficult in my opinion. And one of the most famous stride pianists of all time was Art Tatum. Check him out. He was a phenomenal player. So instead of playing the 1, 2, 3, 4, they often play the 1, 2, 3, 4, for example, and they played the 10th in their left hand. Art Tatum was constantly playing a 10th, and that's hard to do if you have small hands, like I do. So for example, he could play and doing a lot of runs like that. So I want to show you a few runs that he did. And this is not a part of the official program, but if you want to study this, and if you want to copy at least one of these runs, that could be great for you. So, first of all, he could fire off a run with starting with the left hand. So he was firing off the run like that, and continuing the run with the right hand. So this case was a D7. As you can see, I don't play the 5th. And D7 with a sharpened 5. And then you end on 7 at the top of the piano. But you can use this on whatever alteration you want. So instead of playing the D7 sharp 5, you could play the D7 with a sharp 5 and a flat 9, for example. Sounds quite romantic, I think. Or you can play the flat 9 and the flat 13. Like that. Oh. Or you can use another version, which I use. That would be to play the 7th and the root note. This is a, let's say this is a B flat 13. There's the 13. That's the 3rd. And that's the flat 9. And then you add a sharp 11 as well. And you can do a run like that. That's 2 notes in your left hand. And 2 notes, and the rest in your right hand. So, like that. So, you can use that very fast. That's not hard to do fast either if you practice. Slow as always. And the next thing I want to show you is the D flat run that Art Tatum was using a lot. So if you take your thumb and play the C scale with the thumb. By the way, I stole this idea from Hyman, which stole it from Art Tatum. It sounds quite wrong, and you play every other key in the key of in the D flat scale. Combine it with the thumb, it sounds like this. And you can do it descending as well. Also not hard to do if you practice very slow at first. Then we have another trick was to play the pentatonic run. And let me check. This is let's say you play the E flat pentatonic run. Then the pentatonic scale is like this. as a pentatonic scale. So this particular run was like this. Oops. Like that. And of course I will play it very slow for you first. So it's the second finger, fourth finger, second finger, first finger, third, first, fourth, second, first, third, and so on. And this is cool to use if you want to play a C minor 7 or F minor 7. And it's also nice to end this with the chromatic scale. So you can use this in more modern kind of stride piano as well. And you can also play it from, for example, the G pentatonic scale. That's the G pentatonic scale. And you start on the third. But there's a different fingering. You use only the 3 fingers. 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, and so on. And you can add the 5th note as well with your 5th finger when you start that run. And that of course works as the same way when you play, for example, the C major 7. And you can also combine this, of course, with the chromatic scale as well. And you can play it on the F sharp as well. And the last thing I will show you is the D7 run used by Art Tatum. That's it. And I will take it very slow, and you start with 2nd finger, and then you go to 4th finger or 5th finger, whatever you want to use. And then 1st finger, 2nd finger, 4th finger, 1st finger, and so on. So that's it. So when we combine all of these elements, it might come out like something like this. So while the music is playing, I just want to say to you that you can watch part 2 of this lesson where I play my own improvisation over a famous jazz standard, and I'm using all of these devices that I just showed you. And I very often get the question like, how do you practice to be able to play this kind of music? And here are some tips to what you can do. 1. Practice one run at a time. 2. Practice very slow at first and then gradually increase the speed. 3. Try to use the run you're practicing as much as you can, both when it fits and when it doesn't fit that well, just to really get to know it. 4. Listen a lot to early stride pianists, for example, Fats Waller or Art Tatum, and sit down and play together with the masters. And for this step, try to see if you can feel what they felt while you play together with them. And 6. You're gonna work on your technique, and this is not a quick fix, so I'll talk a lot about how to improve your technique in my jazz piano step-by-step course. And 7. Transcribe some piano solos from one of your favorite masters. To get a sheet with all the runs that I was playing, click on the link under this video. If you like this and are ready for some more, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and whatever you do, take care of your music.